Yes, okay, we have one here and one there.
My question is that in all of this journey, at what point do you think it's wise for a startup, especially a tech startup, to look out for a PR agency to help with the story building step by step?
Okay.
And how do you choose that PR agency?
Okay, great. So that's one. There was one question at the there. Let me take that also since we are short on time. Just go ahead and speak it out. I'll repeat the question.
Um, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just wanted to talk about, so you mentioned influencer marketing in one of your slides. How does one establish himself or herself as the influencer? I guess that's also related to the last slide where you were talking about the experts
So
in the
you're
market.
saying from the influencer's point of view, how do you establish yourself, or
Yeah,
from
how
a
do you
startup point
become
of
an
view?
influencer?
Sorry, how do you?
How do you become an influencer?
How do you become an influencer?
As a founder, that'll be the best thing, right?
Okay,
Because
all right.
if you are
Okay,
also
so
there.
let me try to quickly address this and maybe we can take more detail offline. So first, the PR agency, and that's a great question. It's not an easy question to answer. Okay, I would say first of all, figure out what you have there to communicate, and these filters will help you. Okay, if you ask what's your story, why should anybody care, who will you target? Okay, if you have clarity on that story, because the problem is you can't. Okay, if you go to a large PR agency, and many of you I'm sure can afford the large PR agencies, but typically you will be a very small part of the business for that large PR agency. So they'll put junior associates on your project. You might go to individuals who are more senior but working themselves. They will probably help you a little more in terms of articulating what that story is and what you need to. But it really helps if you can do that groundwork, that what is your story and does anybody care? And one way to do this is to have friends who are there in media, and informally you pitch the story idea to them, the whole thing that you're trying to convey. And your best bet is to have good friends who will tell you, no, that is crap. Okay, I will not touch it with a barge pole if somebody comes with a press release on it, so that you can fine tune it and you can hone it. The other way to answer it is at the point that you want to scale up. So in fact, yesterday I was talking to one of these companies, which is a startup in information security. And this person, the founder, has been getting a lot of good press because he speaks about information security. And every time there's a break-in or whatever, they reach out to him. Now he wants to know how he can scale up, and not so much to reach out to media, but to really create these stories, and not about his own product or service, but about that broad area. So he becomes known as a wider domain expert. The company becomes a domain expert for that area. So that is a good time when his storyline is clear, what he's trying to say is clear, the area he's talking about is very clear, and then he wants to take it forward. Okay. Otherwise, if you use an agency, one typical way to use the agency, which many people do, is to just define a set of activities, that I want a Twitter account, Facebook page, etc., and I want this number of followers, this number of, that's there as a foundational, some kind of a foundation. I don't think very highly of it because those numbers, those Twitter followers that they will get you will be bought, they will not be real influencers, etc. So you can kind of think of that, but nothing to beat having a strong story to tell and having that story go viral by itself. That is when a PR agency can actually help multiply and take it forward, when there is a strong storyline. Influencers, so influencers essentially are people who are seen as subject experts about a certain area. They may or may not be experts in a professional sense, they may not have professional qualification, but it's an area that they speak about. You look at any area and you'll find that, take HR, there are people who have just focus on HR and they keep speaking about HR. So for instance, there's Gautam Ghosh on Twitter. Gautam was an HR manager in a company here. Okay, he started tweeting and speaking about HR, and he gradually made it to the top 10 in India, and then now he's in the top 50 worldwide of HR influencers. Okay. Similarly, there are, there's a whole lot of areas, people who are talking of technology and gadgets. Okay, so me, for example, I am supposed to be a technology expert and a media expert, but the other interest that I have on green, that's something I've been speaking a fair bit about. People know that I have a green home, etc. So I'm seen as an influencer in the green space. I may or may not be an influencer of the level of somebody who's actually got a qualification and working in that space, but I built a green home. So I'm seen as an influencer. So typically an influencer is somebody who's been working in that space in some way and has been speaking about that space. And he's a go-to for that space. Infrastructure, you take infrastructure, there's a guy called Vinayak Chatterjee who's, got this one company which consults in infrastructure, but essentially his Twitter handle, he just speaks about infrastructure projects and comments on them, last budget, how much has been set aside for infrastructure, what really happened with the roads, etc. So he's got 3,000-4,000 followers, but he's seen as the go-to guy for that. So anytime there's a TV program on infrastructure discussions, he's called. So that's the base of how influencers come up. And there's lots of social media, people active in the social media space who are generally considered, they're not domain influencers, they're social media persons. There are quite a few of those too, and they have their value, and many tech companies, when they reach out to bloggers, they go out to them, so you will see handles like Twilight Fairy or, who have 30, 40, 50,000 followers. And they are influential in their own right, but not necessarily with a deep domain. Okay, I guess we must be out of time. So if no other questions, I'll thank you very much.
Thanks, PK. Just before you go, I'd like to invite David Wittenberg. He's also going to be conducting our innovation workshop to please come up on stage and present a memento to PKR.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, PKR. Thanks, David, and welcome on stage.
Test? Okay, we're on.
A little bit about David, an innovation guru. He has helped a lot of multinationals and SMEs, save money, increase revenue through innovative techniques by conducting these kind of workshops, by helping them understand how do you really leverage innovation. And I happen to be one of the lucky people to have even attended one of his workshops and benefited from it. So I know it's a very, very useful and interesting workshop. He's also the author. He's also an author. He's written The Executive's Guide to Innovation. And today, he's going to help us understand how do you really grow your business 10 times with innovation. So without any further delay, I'll hand it over to David.
Thanks, Arun. Okay, show of hands. How many of you are already 100 crores? No. Okay, so actually more than 10x. Because we're not shooting for 10x, we're shooting for 1,000 crores. Anybody more than 50 crores? 20 crores? 10 crores per annum? All right, good, good. 5 crores per annum? So you guys are real startups, right? Okay, anybody less than 1 crore per annum? Okay, you didn't vote. So I don't know your, I don't know. Still coming, okay. And you, sir? Yeah. Okay, so you're going to start, great. So anybody here want to make 100 crores? All right, the rest of you, you didn't raise your hand. What are you doing here? Go out. Anybody want to be 1,000 crores? Okay, 100%. Good, good, good. That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, just a couple of ground rules, okay? What is this? It's a mini what? Talk shop? Listen shop? So what does it mean you're going to do? Yeah, who's going to work? You. Okay, we're going to have some exercises, so I wanted to make sure everyone has pencil and paper. Be closer to the Wi-Fi. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. This is your time, but it's my clock. I would like to get you out of here before 9:30 tonight. Is it okay? You want to leave before 9:30? That means as much as we love to hear ourselves talk and as much as we like to go on and on and on, myself included, unfortunately we have time constraints. So although it is your time and the purpose is for you to get benefit, it's my clock. So that when I say that an exercise lasts 2 minutes, even if you love it, you need to stop after 2 minutes. I know it's not the way we usually do things. मेरा पुराना देश में, United States में, वो clock, जो clock, वो महाराजा है. वो boss के ऊपर है. Okay? If boss is not there at 2 o'clock and clock says start the meeting, you start. You don't wait for boss. Very different for us in India, huh? हम लोग के लिए clock का मूल्य कोई मूल्य नहीं है. And you can see it in the timing of this conference. I was supposed to begin this at 2:40. It is now 3:34. So okay, so we know this is हमारी संस्कृति जैसा है. No issues, but the point is that if I want to get you out of here by 9:30 tonight, we have to sort of go by the clock. So I'll beg your indulgence for doing things a little bit in the way of my old country instead of my adopted country of India. Great. So those are the ground rules. It's your time, my clock, and everybody participates. I'm sure you can do that. All right, this is what we're going to cover today, just so you'll know where we're going. We have a lot to do. We'll do it and I will do my utmost to get us done within 2 hours. Just take a look. We're going to introduce you to a 3-step innovation process. 3 steps. And they're listed there on the board. Anybody who wants to move up, there are some seats up if you want to see the board better. A couple of seats up front if you'd like, but wherever you are, it's comfortable. All right? So we'll start with the thing that you care about most, how to earn a lot of money. First is a test question for you. Who knows? Where does money come from? You want to get 1,000 crores, you better know where it comes from. So, thank you very much. From me, yes, here's my 1,000 crores, monopoly money. Okay, well, I'll make it easier for you. I'll give you multiple choice. Is it RBI? Is it? Well, the government prints the money, right? From the government printing office. Is it? You all know the answer to that question, right? And is it lending? Does it come from the bankers, all right? So, everyone stand up. See, we can't have you falling asleep, so we're gonna make you take part. Okay, if you vote that money comes from the Reserve Bank of India, sit down now. Okay, only a couple. If you vote that money comes from the government printing office and the Indian Mint, sit down now. Okay, if you vote that money comes from investors, sit down now. Okay, the rest of you, where does money come from, sir? Cyber media! Where's PG? Sir, where does money come from? You have to earn it. She has no idea. She has no idea where money comes from. Are you married, miss? I thought so. Sir, where does money come from? You need to earn it. Thank you. Okay, you can sit down. Yeah, great, great, great. Actually, the answer is pretty simple. What's happening in this picture? Where does money come from? Yes, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. No, I won't scratch your back, Rohini. Can I scratch your back? Okay. All right. Basically, money comes from exchange. See, if I go over to Saurav, right? Okay, if I go to Saurav and I scratch his back, he'll probably be nice and, yeah, he'll see he scratched my back. All right? Money comes from exchange. Anybody know that Latin expression? Quid pro quo. What does it mean? Barter. Well, okay, but what does quid pro quo actually mean? It means this for that. This for that. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. So if you want to get 1,000 crores, what do you have to do? Exactly. Sir has says it. Give the value of 1,000 crores. Now this is far too complicated. You probably need a PhD to know that, right? That's not easy to understand. If you want to get 1,000 crores, you have to give value worth 1,000 crores. Who doesn't understand this? Raise your hand. All right, you got the, oh, you still don't, okay. Basically, if I want you to give me something, I can be a thief and I can take it from you, but you won't be very happy. Plus, in most countries, I'll go to jail. I don't know, is that true in India too? Well, I don't know. If you steal enough from the government, do you still go to? Okay, all right. So that's not the right way to get money. So if I really want you to give me 1,000 crores, I have to give you this for your 1,000 crores. That's the principle. I must give you 1,000 crores of value in order to get you to give me. Now is it clear to everybody? This for that. Quid pro quo. Right? Now, you have now just got the essence of today's mini workshop. So are we finished? Can I go? No. All right. You want to know a little bit more about how to do that. Let's go for how we do that. Now, in order to give them 1,000 crores in value, you have to understand what they value. So all of you took maths, yes? At least through class 10, maybe 11, maybe 12. Some of you qualified as, how many of you qualified as engineers? Oh, brilliant. Okay, great. So can I make engineer jokes? No, you'll kill me, right? Okay. Anyway, so now you all know maths. Who can explain to me this equation? V equals B upon P. All right. Everyone knows what the V stands for? Value. Okay, great, great. You got that. Now, who can guess what B stands for? Remember, you're computing value. What do you compare to compute value? What is B? What is P? B for benefit. Give him a hand. Correct answer. Come on, give him a clap. Correct answer. Here's your reward, sir. Thank you. Okay? Benefit. Benefit is part of value. And what do you compare benefit to determine value? Price. Oh, give her a hand. She got it right. Come on, you guys. You stingy. You don't appreciate your fellow participant? She gave a right answer. By the way, it's okay to give a wrong answer too. I reward them. I do. Okay, so we're going to compute benefit upon price. Right? Now, those of you who are really good in maths, when does value exist? What is the numerical value of B and P, or the ratio of B and P that must be there in order for value to exist? B should be greater than P. Agree or disagree? So what's the numerical value? Yeah, greater than 1. Okay, give him a hand. Come on! Here you go, sir. Okay, thank you. Yes, he earned his reward. You can have one too. By the way, I give good ones. I have really good ones. Okay? All right. So the basic equation, this, by the way, may be the most important slide in today's workshop. Because this equation drives not only the growth of your business, it drives everything in life. If you read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you know that the answer to the life, the universe, and everything is 42, right? But I just gave you the equation. V equals B upon P. You see, here's how it works. On one hand, you have B, and on the other hand, you have P. No, it's not a slide changer, but you're always weighing B and P. B is what you're going to get. P is what you're going to give. It's not just the number of rupees or euros or yen or rubles or dollars. It's what are you going to give in terms of inconvenience. Deepika gave us a fantastic workshop on improving the user experience. So if you make it inconvenient for your users, that's a price. That's a price they have to go through to use your application. Time, doubt, shame, embarrassment, all these can be prices, psychological, but mostly it's money. And on the other side, what are they going to get? And if what they have to give is more than what they're going to get, are they going to buy? If P is greater than B, will they buy? Because there is not value. V is less than 1. Value does not exist. Thank you very much. I will hang on to my precious rupees. I will not give them in exchange for your service or product. But on the other hand, if B, my benefits, are greater than the price all day long, I will give you my money because I want the benefits and my money is less valuable to me than your benefits. So the key to getting the 1,000 crores is to give 1,000 crores in value, and that means benefiting people more than you're going to charge them. Who wants more explanation or more discussion on this? Is it clear? Really? Now, can you put it to work in your company? That's the test. Just to make sure